This is a sitting meditation practice adapted from the Mountain Meditation by Dr. Jon Kabat-Zinn. Mountains convey substance, resolve, adaptability through the seasons. They convey solidity, vitality. They have their own special gravitas. So settle yourself in your seat, your spine comfortably extended and your feet placed solidly on the floor. Sense that the bottom half of your body makes a stable base, out of which your upper half rises. Your spine straight, but not stiff. Your head square, directed straight in front of you, and your shoulders soft. Feel your breath flowing easily. Sense your next 3 breaths as they go in and out. Your head and neck are balanced and resting on the spine. Check in on how your jaw feels, and if it's tight, soften it a little. Placing attention next on your forehead and softening this area between the eyebrows and the hairline. Allow the space between each eyebrow to soften and become wider. Settling in comfortably, again sensing your breathing flowing in and out without trying to change it in any way. Allowing the body to be still and sitting with a sense of dignity, a sense of resolve, a sense of being complete, whole in this very moment, with your posture reflecting this sense of wholeness. And as you sit here, picture in your mind, as best you can, the most beautiful or most impressive mountain that you know or have seen or can imagine. Just holding the image and the feeling of this mountain in your mind and letting it gradually come into greater focus. Observing its overall shape, its peak or peaks high in the sky, its large base rooted in the earth beneath, its slopes, whether they are steep or gently sloping. Noticing how massive it all is, how solid, how magnificent, whether from a distance or up close. Perhaps your mountain has some snow at the top and trees on the lower slopes. There might be streams or waterfalls flowing. Or maybe yours is mainly rugged and rocky. There may be one peak or a series of peaks. Whatever your mountain's shape, you're just sitting and breathing with this image of this mountain of yours, observing it and noting its qualities. And when you feel ready, see if you can bring the mountain into your own body so that your body sitting here and the mountain you're picturing become one. So that as you sit here, you feel the massiveness and the stillness of the mountain. You become the mountain, grounded in the sitting posture that you have. Your head becomes the lofty peak, supported by the rest of your body and providing a panoramic and wide view. Your shoulders and arms are the sides of the mountain. Your buttocks and legs are the solid base. And experiencing in your body a sense of uplift from deep within your pelvis and spine. With each breath, as you continue sitting, you are becoming more and more a breathing mountain, alive and vital, yet unwavering in your inner stillness. Completely what you are. A centered, grounded, unmoving presence. And now, as you sit here, becoming aware of the fact that as the sun travels across the sky, the light and shadows and colours are changing virtually moment by moment in the mountain's stillness. Night follows day, and day follows night. There's a canopy of stars. There's the moon. And then the sun. And through it all, the mountain just sits, experiencing change in each moment, constantly changing, yet always just being itself. And as the weather changes, moment by moment and day by day, it remains still as the seasons flow into one another. The calmness is unmovable. In summer, there's no snow on the mountain, except perhaps at the very peak or in crags shielded from direct sunlight. In the autumn, the mountain may wear a coat of brilliant colours. In winter, a blanket of snow and ice. In any season and at any time, it may find itself shrouded in clouds or fog, or pelted by freezing rain. People may come to see the mountain and comment on how beautiful it is, or how it's not a good day to see the mountain, that it's too cloudy or rainy or foggy or dark. None of this matters to the mountain, which remains at all times its essential self. Clouds may come and clouds may go. Tourists may like it or not. And through this, the mountain's magnificent presence remains. And it is not changed one bit by whether people see it or not, or by the weather. Seen or unseen, in sun or clouds, boiling or freezing, day or night, through it all, the mountain sits, being itself. unmoved by the weather, by what happens on the surface, by the world of appearances. And in the same way, as we sit in meditation, we can learn to experience the mountain. We can embody the same unwavering stillness and presence in the face of everything that changes in our own lives. We have our own periods of light and darkness, our moments of colour, and our moments of grey. We can suddenly experience storms and violence in the outer world and in our own minds and bodies. Exposed to high winds, to cold and rain, we endure periods of darkness and pain, as well as the moments of joy and uplift. Even our appearance changes constantly, experiencing a weather of its own. By becoming the mountain in our meditation practice, we can link up with its strength and stability and adopt them for our own. We can use its quiet but substantial energy to support our own energy, to encounter each moment with mindfulness and equanimity and clarity. It may help us to see that our thoughts and feelings, our preoccupations, our emotional storms and crises, even the things that happen to us, are very much like the weather on the mountain. We tend to take it all personally, but its strongest characteristic is impersonal. The weather of our own lives is not to be ignored or denied. It is to be encountered, honoured, felt, known for what it is, and held in awareness. And holding it in this way, we come to know a deeper stillness and silence and wisdom. Mountains have this to teach us and much more, if we can come to listen. So, if you find you resonate in some way with the strength and stability of the mountain, it may be helpful to use it from time to time in your meditation practice to remind you of what it means to sit mindfully with stillness and with resolve. And so, in the time that remains, continue to sustain the mountain meditation on your own, moment by moment, until you hear the sound that marks the conclusion of this practice in a few moments.